What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Aydian here and welcome to Top Surgery Tips episode number 5. I apologize for not being around last week. Did a lot of traveling, had an awesome time at VidCon in Anaheim, California. Was just hella busy and I like these videos to be a little more quality for you guys, informative, knowledgeable, so I didn't want to just rush and make a video. Thanks for sticking around. I'm sorry about last week, but I'm back here making this video for you. Welcome to episode number 5. Alright, so in this episode we're going to go over kind of some post top surgery scar things that I've tried and my likes and dislikes, as well as also going to talk a little bit about some massaging techniques that you can use post-op. For me, I went to Dr. Garamoni in Southwest Florida and he suggested, and I think he still does suggest, using something called Scar Guard. So Scar Guard is something you can start using once you're 2 weeks post top surgery, and that's kind of when all your healing has really kind of started. I use Scar Guard. It's kind of like this thin gel, goes on smooth and clear. It has a little paintbrush, kind of like nail polish, and you just kind of paint it onto your scars. I really enjoyed it. I liked it. I used 2 bottles worth, which I think got me, I think one bottle lasted about 3 to 4 weeks, so I used it for about, I would say anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. I stopped on the second bottle. Shout out to Oil, because Oil is a buddy of mine and he gave me that second bottle and he had like half of it left, so I used about a bottle and a half, actually, probably not 2 full bottles. So it was like 4 to 6 weeks that I was using this Scar Guard. I really enjoyed it. You'll get tape. Tape will be on your scars that will naturally come off post top surgery. The minute that tape starts coming off, you can kind of peel it away and cut it off, and that's when you can start applying the Scar Guard. Personally, I really like Scar Guard. It was just really expensive. It was like $60 for this one little ass bottle, and so after, you know, paying for it once, all hyped up from top surgery, you know, getting the half a bottle from Oil, I was like, I'm definitely not going to be buying another bottle of this. And the reason that I didn't want to buy another bottle is because I had heard about all these other things that people were using. So I really do like Scar Guard. I do suggest it to people if they have the financial backing to go ahead and purchase something like that. I did really like it. Again, I only used it for the first initial 4 to 6 weeks post top surgery. So if you do, you know, if you want to try it out, I would definitely give it 2 thumbs up. The second thing I tried, which I did not like, but I was hearing really good things about it. They are the sterile strips. These are strips that pretty much you peel off and use them for like 5 to 7 days. You apply them on, usually you wet them, then you apply them on, they stay there. They stay there through like your, all day pretty much. And if they start to come off, they say to reapply some wetness and they'll stick back on. What I noticed with these is that it kept coming off underneath the armpit. When your arm would swing, it would knock the strip right off, and that was really annoying to me. So there was this annoying factor for it. But again, like, I've heard really good things about these strips, but for me, I just didn't personally like it. So besides the fact that it would come off when I would swing my arm, the other thing that was really annoying for me is, well, it wasn't even annoying, it was painful. When I would take them off, it would like pull at my skin, kind of like when you would take a band-aid off. You know, it would pull at my scar, and so it would actually like hurt when I would remove them. And I heard like, oh, if you go into the shower and remove them, then it won't hurt as much. So I did try that also, removing them in the shower, but again, like, it hurt when I would take them off. So I bought like a package of these and ended up giving them away because I legit use it for maybe a maximum of 2.5 to 3 weeks, and then I stopped because I was just like, it hurts. Like, it hurts when I take it off. That can't be good. Like, I don't feel like I should be in pain when I'm like trying to help heal something. For some people, however, I've heard amazing results for people. A lot of people say that the strips really helped them for the raisedness of their scars. Like, some people had like a raised scar and then they would use these strips, really made that bump like less, so that it was a little more of a flat healing scar. Personally, when people ask me about this, I'm always honest about my personal experience with it, but I also try to say, like, I hear a lot of people talk really good things about these strips, so, you know, give them a try. For the steroid strips, I'll give it 1 thumbs up because I've heard really good things, but 1 thumbs down because for me, it just didn't work. So before I get onto the very last thing that I used for the longest amount of time, I had a buddy, Jackson, who when I got my top surgery, he was one of the guys that was also getting top surgery, so we kind of like got us all together, and Jacob and stuff, and we all hung out, right? He, right off the bat, didn't use ScarGuard or the steroid strips. He used actually Mederma. Like right off the bat, he was applying Mederma, and I felt like Mederma, like it's like super cheap. Here's Mederma, by the way. I'm like, Mederma, like, it's super cheap, like, it's not, you know, how could this be better? How could this, like, $12 lube tube of Mederma be better than, like, my $60 thing of ScarGuard? But Jackson has, like, amazing results using this Mederma. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. So I went and got Mederma. Personally, I had bought the 1-a-day Mederma, but I used it twice a day. And I should say that about all these items, except for like, for the steroid strips, obviously I just used the 1 strip for the whole week. And then for the ScarGuard, I was reapplying it 2 to 3 times a day. I forgot to include that in there. But for the Mederma, this was a 1-a-day. That's advertised it as 1-a-day, but I would use it twice a day, once in the morning and 1 at night. And honestly, I got amazing results. Now, I was probably started using Mederma about, you know, between the 4 to 6 weeks, and then another 2 or 3 weeks. So I was a good 2.5 to 3 months post-op when I started heavily, like, using the Mederma. And I felt like for the price, the results, they were amazing. Like, I almost felt like I should have used Mederma from day 1, or rather like day 14, right? Because you can't really use anything until you're about 2 weeks post-op and that tape is falling off. Yeah, the Mederma worked wonders. Like, it really did, and it dried easy. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was awesome. And yeah, so Mederma, I gave like 2 big thumbs up. It's super well priced. It worked really freaking well. And I mean, not only did I have great results, but my buddy Jackson had great results. And so I just felt like, you know, it was a really good item, and I undervalued it because it was so common. But now I feel like, damn, man, like, I should have just taken a step back and really looked at what I was using. But hey, you live and learn, and then you try to tell other people so they don't make the same mistakes. So for me, I just felt like the difference between the price of the strips, the price of the ScarGuard, and the price of Mederma was definitely where you're getting the most bang for your buck, for sure. So 2 thumbs up. So right before I hop into the massaging technique that I use, I just want to say that I did try other things. I tried cocoa butter. I was not a fan of the cocoa butter. Personally, I just didn't like it. I don't know why. It didn't bode well for me. And then another thing I tried was vitamin E, like the tea tree oil and vitamin E mixed together stuff, which I've heard a lot of people talk about. And I was at the time heard that you just go buy some vitamin E and you take the tablet and you break it open and then you apply the oil right to your scars. And it's not that this didn't work, it's just that I only did it for about 4 days because the oil never dries. So I would put it on, wait 10 minutes, nothing happened, put a t-shirt on, and then I had to throw away a couple of shirts because they had like little smiley faces right here because the oil would touch the shirt, and then, you know, oil does not come out in the wash, so just completely ruined some of my favorite shirts. So yeah, keep that in mind. Those were some other things I tried that I didn't like, so those 2 items I would give a thumbs down personally.